Extreme science.
All right, today I am going to try an experiment. I don't actually know how this is going to work out, but I have this battery here of mine. It's battery from my boat, and it's full of sulfuric acid. And so I'm hoping that the concentration of sulfuric acid is pretty high. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up here because there's fluid in there, and I'm going to pour it into this jar of sugar. And I have a bamboo stick in there. So the way that you open up a battery is you open up the top here, and it's going to get me into what's called the electrolyte. Now the electrolyte is an acid, and an electrolyte means that it can have electricity go through it. So I'm going to pour some of that into this cup of sugar, and we're going to see what happens. All right. Just going to see if I can do this without spilling much. All right. We got some acid in there. I'm going to switch the camera view. I do see a little bit of bubbling happening in there. I don't notice any major color change. And so what I'm going to do to help this reaction go is I'm going to see if I can stir it some, and we'll see if anything happens here. Minutes now, and I can see a real faint kind of dark brown color happening there, but not much of a rapid reaction. I just happen to think that the reaction is not as strong as it is with concentrated sulfuric acid, so it must be kind of a weaker acid. But I did want to dip a little bit of acid onto this towel to show you the corrosive properties. We're going to let that sit here for a minute. The other thing that I'm going to feel is I'm going to feel the bottom of this here for warmth. When I have this acid in there, you can kind of see the brown a little bit. When acid reacts with something, usually it gets pretty hot and it doesn't really feel very warm. So the last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to pour some baking soda in here. Now, baking soda is a base, which is the opposite, more or less, of an acid. And I'm near certain I'm going to get a reaction from this, but it's not going to be the same reaction as I was hoping for. See it bubbling there, and what it's doing is it's neutralizing that acid, much in the same way that vinegar reacts. So we do have a reaction here between baking soda and battery acid, neutralizing that acid. And later on, I'll check back and see if what happened to this rag. But for now, I actually need to go and get Class Connect started.